No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, so I'm minding my own business, cruising the interwebs, looking at, well, what anime am I gonna watch today? What's happening in the new season of anime? When all of a sudden I come across a queen, a goddess, a rap icon at the moment, Meg Thee Stallion, and her in a spicy interview showing love to the agenda, showing love to that Black Clover greatness.
I'm watching Black Clover, and it's so good, and my favorite character on the show is Asta.
And I love to see it. I love to see it because, first of all, you know somebody is really in the trenches of anime when they're talking about a series like Black Clover. Black Clover, while it's popular to us in anime fandom, love it or hate it, you know about it. On the mainstream side of things, not that many people are talking about Black Clover like that, unfortunately. So when you see somebody, a big rap star at the moment, to be talking about it, you know they're a fan at the very least. And I love to see how much it's expanded from the days of, nobody really talking about it or privately liking it, because a lot of people have privately loved anime and manga and all that jazz, but it's just been something that, like, you gotta kind of hide the books. Somebody coming over, they want to just put the books in the closet, so to speak. And we're in a new day and age to the point where one of the most biggest, highest selling artists right now is saying, yo, I love a series that not even a lot of mainstream people know about, or at the very least are interested in. And I mean, the closest thing we've had in recent times of like a celebrity of that stature, or at the very least a female rap star talking about anime, was like the time Cardi B said something about she was Majin Buu, which, yeah, that's not the same thing by any means. And then it just brings me to the thought of, wow, if you ask an OG anime fan, let's just say somebody that's even like, I don't know, 10, 15 years older than myself, in their early to mid 40s, what do they think about anime, or what was their time in anime when they were young? They will tell you about probably some mech anime that came over here horribly dubbed, or some VHS tapes that they had. They'll probably tell you, oh yeah, that Fist of the North Star, it reminded me of like all of those old kung fu movies that I used to watch with the terrible dubs and all that jazz. Like, that's probably around the realm of what they're going to tell you, because that was the scene at the time, and at the same time that was what they had access to and what was kind of mainstream to them at the very least in terms of their anime fandom. You ask somebody like myself, a 30-year-old, well, what was your time in anime like, early on? And it was mainly Dragon Ball Z and whatever the Toonami era had at that time, of Sailor Moon. You know the biz already. We know what that era mostly encompassed. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, around that. And then the generation that came a little bit after me, it's kind of like, think of going from the 50 Cent generation to, like, I don't know, the Drake generation or something like that. Naruto was a big deal. I kind of fall somewhere in between there, because y'all know how much Naruto means to me and how important Naruto is. But nevertheless, Naruto was like the generation just right after. Like, we was just tagging out, like GT just ended, and the Naruto fans was like, we got this, fam, don't worry. And then I was like, well, I want to keep on going, so I'm hopping over there with them. I'll see y'all over there later, you know what I'm saying? And then Naruto ran it for a long time alongside, it was, coined the big three, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. And that was the fandom at that point, really what rocked it. Like, again, there was people surrounding it. There was little anime here or there that was like, oh, it's getting a little notoriety here, this little comedy there, a shoujo anime like Fruits Basket getting a little attention. But nevertheless, it was the Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach era. Then following that, you fast forward to about 2014, I want to say, is where things really started to change. I would mark that era is where anime slowly started to spill over into mainstream, where you had titles like Tokyo Ghoul. Then 2015 you had One Punch Man, and it was just a train. And before that, 2013 Attack on Titan blowing up. It was like a little steady incline every freaking year. 2012 Sword Art Online, 2013 Attack on Titan, 2014 Tokyo Ghoul, 2015 One Punch Man. It kept on going to the point where it snowballed into mainstream success and mainstream acceptance. Because right now, I would say we're heading towards the end of the My Hero Academia generation. You know how I just kind of coined, like, there was the Fist of the North Star generation, DBZ generation, Naruto generation, then the My Hero Academia generation again around 2015 or so, I'd say, began. And where we're at right now, My Hero Academia seemingly in the final stages, heading into the finale of the story. And that fandom has been rocking it, but there's a big difference that I've noticed in between fandoms and generations, in the fact that the supply supply for us were limited. As it continued to grow, there was more accessibility, there was more people into things. Like I said, it was mainly Fist of the North Star back then and some mech anime, Gundam and stuff. Then it was Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh, which was kind of like a random bag of like more childish anime, and then more, a little slightly more, you know, action-oriented anime. Then it kept on going to the point where we're at now, that anime has become mainstream successful. But also, just talking about mainly the next generation of fandom, the amount of accessibility, it's almost something to be jealous about. Like, imagine being able to be, I don't know, 14 years old all over again and experience anime for the first time, and instead of it just being this quiet little hobby that you gotta kind of hide from people, because if not, you're a nerd. Even though I never really cared, and it was what it is, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, I like Dragon Ball Z, but I'm also gonna go listen to 50 Cent and chill with my peoples and do what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But this next generation of anime fandom got it so freaking good. Just go over to TikTok. I was talking with my niece and nephew the other day. Over there, you just see so many different anime being stand and fandoms loving it. You got the Tokyo Revenger fandom right now that is going crazy. Of course, you got the My Hero Academia fandom. Even some younger kids are getting into One Piece. New gen anime fans don't know how amazing they have it right now. And again, how a lot of us older fandom probably be a little bit jealous in terms of y'all have such a wide variety and selection of things to stand, of things to be enjoying, opposed to what we had. And that's, I gotta give a little bit of a pat on the back to us OG fans, that we kept pushing the agenda to the point where, again, people like Meg the Stallion is talking about Black Clover. I just gotta say, Meg, hit me up, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do something. Like, yo, come through. It's even to the point where just recently Sony bought Crunchyroll and Funimation. So even though, yes, while that could be a scary thing, monopolies and all that jazz, that also means that there's just going to be more money behind these products. Like, Funimation and Crunchyroll hold a very key piece in anime production over there in Japan, because licensing anime is one of the bread and butters that they get over there, the studios, the anime production studios, and how they make their money. So now that Sony's behind them, they can throw bigger bags, so to speak, like the next season of a Jujutsu Kaisen or the next season of Attack on Titan. Oh, well, we want it on our platform. We don't want Netflix to get it. We don't want, you know what I'm saying, Disney Plus that just entered the arena. We don't want them to get it either. Here's a big bag. So anime becoming big business, while there is some negatives to that, maybe I'll talk about it in different videos. The positives is that the next generation of anime fandom ain't gonna have to go to back alley bootleg VHS tapes or anything like that. They're gonna be able to have a whole bunch of stuff and enjoy it with their friends out in the open. It's not gonna be something what it was. It's just the evolution of anime from the older fandoms to where we're at right now is a beautiful thing to see, and I love to see it. And it just sometimes takes me by surprise of how far we've come. You know, 2020, My Hero Academia was the highest selling manga of all time, but there was also a whole bunch of other manga that sold very well too. Opposed to, again, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, it would have just been 3 series that sold very well, and everything else was just so low off the grid, no one cares. So I guess I made this video all to say, you new gen anime fans better enjoy. We slaved blood, sweat, and tears to get this damn medium to this point. You enjoy it, damn it. You have fun with this, because eventually we won't be around and you guys will be the OGs that push the agenda, and hopefully you guys pushed it to a positive place. Not saying again that, you know, money behind it is what makes it positive. The fact that there's community now, the fact that people can be open and love and enjoy their passion of anime and manga, that's the positive of it. So shout outs to anime fandom, shout outs to anime and manga in general. I had to make this video to say that, yo, we've come a long way from the days of VHS bootleg tapes and, you know, just 2 series being at the top to where we're at right now. But I guess I'm very curious, you watching this video right now, whether you're a 40-year-old, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, you know, you're just getting into anime right now, you've been into it your entire life, something along the lines of that. Like, how do you feel about today and age's generation of anime, where the culture is at right now, how much it's been sociably acceptable? Like, it used to be a far cry and a dream for it to be at the very least on a level playing field of video games, and now it's to the point where people are gaming and watching anime at the same time. Can't have it any better than that. And your thoughts and expectations for the future of this medium and this genre and everything that it encompasses. Do you think that it's going to expand even further? Things are going to be, because right now, you know, it's still technically, it comes from Japan, that's the homeland of it, so it's always going to be a bigger deal over there. But who knows, maybe 10-15 years from now, the way, like, I just seen in France, they had a freaking giant skyscraper with a new manga coming out, Kaiju number 8, plastered all over it. Maybe 10 or 15 years from now, we'll start start getting stuff like that. We'll start getting cafes over here, restaurants, anime themed. That would be beautiful to see. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yo, New Gen fans, you enjoy it, you love it, you push the agenda forward, push the movement, push the culture forward of anime and manga for life. We won't always be here to help you guys and have, to spot up, so to speak, the extra weight. Have an awesome one. Meg, hit me up.
So just go to Fandom.